picture time, right? Karen and Scotty. Karen's all excited, you know, because she's been engaged for 6 years. She's finally getting married. And Scotty, Mr. Stud, he can't take his eyes off Julie Hart.
The bridesmaid?
Yeah, that's the one. And she's shooting him these looks like unbelievable. And it's like, what, 2 hours before his wedding?
Plenty of time.
Yeah. So they're back in Scotty's hotel room. They're going at it hot and heavy. Scotty rolls over, Julie takes off. 2 minutes later, in comes Karen. She figures she's gonna give this guy a little pre-honeymoon action, right? She slides into bed with a guy, and nothing happens.
Because he's already had it.
No, because he's dead.
Dead, dead?
Dead.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you know what I'm thinking. I want Julie Hart to do me maybe 60% what she did to old Scotty. Sounded like sheetrock. I think we're gonna need a jackhammer.
Yeah, throw me the shovel. Maybe it's not that deep.
So anyway, you know, Scotty, he's in good shape. Gym every day, no flab.
What the hell is this?
Maybe it's some native Indian artifact or something.
Yeah, except I don't think these markings are Indian.
Like you know.
Indians carve pictures of animals and fire and stuff.
So if it's not Indian, what is it?
No idea. But maybe it's worth something.
Let me put it this way. My sister just sold an old milk bottle on eBay for $600.
Give me a crowbar.
Right, huh?
Off the tunnel 2 miles in both directions and call in a hazmat crew, code yellow.
Code yellow,
Tell you what, boys, you must have a whole lot of good karma stored up. Sulfuric hydrochlorine. It was in the soil where you were digging.
Sulfuric what?
Hydrochlorine. At 1 part, it causes delirium, hallucinations, long-term impotence. At 10 parts, we usually twist some toe tags.
Long-term impotence. What are you talking about?
If we were hallucinating, how can we both see the same thing?
Haven't you ever heard of groupthink? Mass hysteria? The inaccuracy and clinically proven error-prone nature of witness memory?
Maybe.
Long-term a couple of days, long-term longer than that. What are we...
You'll be fine. Just go home, shower up with some antibacterial soap and get some sleep. Maybe you should stay in the shower a little bit longer. Make it a cold one.
I want to go ahead and sample here.
How'd we do? Okay, I think. As long as no one researches sulfuric hydrochlorine and finds out it doesn't exist.
All right.
Did the crate tell you anything?
No. But I'll tell you what. The sound of it, whatever was buried in here, was not in a very good mood.
Is Nick around?
No.
Where is he?
He's just busy.
With something that he doesn't want you talking about?
No, he's busy doing what he's busy doing.
He's not, getting anything enlarged, is he?
No, he's He's got his anger management class tonight. He just doesn't want to make a big deal about it.
Nixon anger management? Consider my world rocked.
Well, there's nothing he could do about it. I mean, the order came down from the commissioner's office. Tell you the truth, it's probably not that bad an idea. Although I deny that in court.
You know, personally, I like a guy that's a little snap, crackle, pop. But I've always had a thing for bad boys. And that Nick is a very bad boy.
That's a fascinating story. Continue, Saffron.
So, like, I've been cutting this skater dude's hair every month for, like, the last 9 months. So do you think he's ever said to me, even once, like, hey, thanks, Saffron, or like, hey, nice job, Saffron? Because no, he has not.
Okay, so you have a steady customer, just maybe not the warmest.
Totally. I mean, I once gave him a bottle of professional hair gel. The stuff you cannot buy in stores. And he was like nothing. Not even a like, hey, thanks, Saffron, because I know I cannot like buy this in stores. So last week, I finished cutting his hair, right? And oh my God, he finally speaks. He goes, hey, Saffron, isn't it lopsided? Okay, yes, he's so hot. But the first thing he says to me, like ever, hey, Saffron, isn't it lopsided?
What did you do, Saffron?
I shaved a penis into his head.
Guy got what he deserved. Good for you.
So, Mr. O'Malley, you're a police officer.
That's right.
Why don't you tell us about the incident that brought you to us?
Wasn't that interesting, really? I was chasing this piece of dirt, purse-snatching little troll down this alley when...
Okay, stop. When you call someone a troll, you're dehumanizing them and justifying your right to act in anger.
But what if he was a troll? Hypothetically.
Continuing with your story, did you catch up to him?
Oh, yeah, he was caught up too.
And?
And I hung him from a lamppost and beat him like a speed bag.
Lester,
I detect angry cynicism.
And I detect a man who lives in his mother's basement.
Mr. O'Malley, I'd like to suggest that you're covering for your feelings of shame about the incident with humor. What did you feel when you hit him?
A dull thump.
Emotionally. Look deep into yourself for the answer.
Joy.
All I teach is that before you lash out, take a step back and think. What reaction serves you best, not just at that moment, but beyond?
Got a nice class here, Doctor. A little worried about Saffron. Here you go.
I sign this once the class has been completed.
Didn't you hear the bell?
It's a 5-day course.
Sorry, it almost sounded like you said it was a 5-day course.
Well, that's 1 down and 4 to go. Can I ask you a question, Mr. O'Malley?
Nick,
Why do you honestly think you've been ordered to take this class?
honestly, witnesses.
Are you sure it was Sylvia? Did she ask where I was? Okay, here's the deal. You haven't seen me since I moved to Guam.
Briefing. Starting now.
My ex-wife is looking for me. We should have never gotten married. I was 102, she was 98, but we were young. We didn't know any better.
Are you expecting me to care?
Forgot for a minute that this is a purely professional arrangement with no room for my personal feelings whatsoever.
Well, as long as that's clear. And do you really think she's going to believe you're in Guam?
No, that's why I'm moving there.
Briefing now.
All right.
The link we're looking for is a phobic humanist. A very phobic humanist. Need I say more?
Yes.
Basically, they're the links that modern-day scarecrows are based on.
And do we know where this scarecrow-like link originally comes from?
No.
How long it's been around?
No.
What it actually does?
It scares people.
All right, let's keep this simple, Jonathan. Tell us in as efficient a manner as possible exactly what we do know.
We know absolutely nothing.
Nothing as in we don't know how to kill it, or nothing as in absolutely nothing.
I mean, really, really nothing. I mean, we're not afraid that we might know nothing, but we're not really sure that we know nothing. I mean, really, really nothing, okay? I mean, I'd go as far as to say I have not so thoroughly known nothing as long as I've worked here.
Okay, is it just my imagination? Are you saying this like it's a good thing?
Well, no, the truth is, this is the first time we've had an answer that's in black and white, which is...
Don't finish the sentence if it has the word nothing in it.
Explain, Jonathan, how is it that Special Unit 2's records are so barren?
The really ancient records about Phobia Humanus perished when the library at Alexandria was destroyed.
Are there no more recent sightings?
Well, one, but that was in the late 1600s, around the time this area was colonized, but that's it.
However little we know about this thing, let's assume the worst about its intentions and pursue all channels. Jonathan, I want you to keep researching. Try to find out what it wants, how it plans on getting there.
How am I gonna do that with no research? There's no pre-existing case history. But that's not gonna stop me, sir.
Sometimes I find myself thinking this young man needs a swift kick in the rear.
Or other places.
Carl!
Mm-hmm. Sir?
Any of your link contacts specialize in fear?
Yes, Captain, but, unfortunately, they're all in Guam. I'll go home and pack immediately.
You will find someone local. You will try to find any information at all on this thing.
Yes, sir.
O'Malley! I assume you've attended your anger management class as ordered?
Yes, sir, where I learned it's actually 5 classes, and I'm wondering if it's really necessary.
Now, that commissioner just wants to see a course completion certificate, so just get through it without making waves.
Are tickets still available? Hey, O'Malley, your class notebook's back here.
Oh, what a coincidence. That's where I threw it.
I see.
Oh, wait a second. Give me that, Carl.
That's some curriculum. Looks like you're majoring in perky breasts.
Ugh.
I was bored.
Bored stiff.
Oh, that's it.
God, Nick, manage your anger.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It doesn't mean
No,
anything.
you think I need that course, don't you?
No. I think it couldn't hurt.
Well, you're wrong. I don't need it.
Must have been cold in that room.
No, okay.
There's nothing wrong with releasing a little tension every once in a while. It's the passionless robots who keep it all inside. They're the ones who have the heart attacks.
What are you trying to say? I'm a robot?
Are you having a heart attack? Because unless you're having a heart attack, that's not what I'm saying.
No, okay, you know what? Let's just change the subject.
Fine.
Fine.
Good.
So who are we taking you to see?
Al and Jackie, you probably know them by their professional names. The fear monitors.
Think they'll know anything?
It's possible. Fear is a very competitive field. Everybody keeps tabs.
Tight job market?
Very. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So when can I weigh in on O'Malley's anger management?
Carl, he doesn't need your help.
He's the one who needs help.
But please just ignore him.
I mean, if I was a guy and the 2 babes I was dating broke up with me to date each other, I'd have to question my very manhood.
Beat it, Carl. The kid'll be home soon.
I need some info.
You never heard of the internet?
Sorry, there's no listing on Yahoo for a scarecrow.
A scarecrow? Ah, he's overrated. One-trick pony. He isn't around again, is he?
Looks that way. Somebody popped open a burial trunk.
He's a brilliant virtuoso of terror.
The gold standard we aspire to.
I don't need a review. I just need to know where he is and how to stop him.
Well, you know what he does, right?
Sounds like he just does things to scare people. The fear thing.
You call it Titanic the boat thing?
The one thing you need to know about the Scarecrow is fear gives him strength.
Fear, strength. Got it.
Yeah, well, but the more fear he gets, the more he wants. He's like an addict.
What about the sudden cataclysmic extinction of the dinosaurs? What was that? The meteor thing?
How do you stop him?
Well, I really shouldn't talk out of school.
I'll keep your names out of it.
Can we get that in writing?
Don't tell me you don't trust me.
Forget about trying to kill the scarecrow when he's full of strength from drinking in all this fear. He's practically invulnerable.
You gotta get to him when he's drained.
And you drain him how?
Courage. Show no fear. That depletes his energy until there's nothing left.
So fear equals strength, courage equals drainage equals vulnerability.
You got it. Now beat it. The kid's gonna be back from karate any minute.
Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna jet to the store, grab a 12-pack, some ring dings. Be back in like 15.
I was at the mall the other day. Did you know there was a sale on Prada?
Duh. Didn't you see my new bag?
Yeah. I thought it was a knockoff.
Hating you, Trish.
Tell her what happened at the mall.
So I'm in the parking lot, and there's like no spaces really close to the mall. And I was wearing my Aldos with the big heels.
I love those.
So I parked in the handicap spot.
Why should they get all the good spaces?
It's reverse discrimination.
Exactly.
Is it 9 yet?
It's like 10 to 9.
Okay. Tell me when it's 9. I'm on this new diet, and I have to vomit.
Okay.
Now those toes are a work of art.
Yeah. Let me get some video of it.
Ooh, it's kind of cold in here. You feel a breeze?
Yeah, the window's open.
Well, I didn't open the window. Did you open the window?
I didn't open the window. But if you didn't open it and you didn't open it, then...
Someone else must have opened the window.
Here, put your foot back up. Those candles smell so good. What is that?
French vanilla. They're from French.
Cool. I've never been to Asia.
Me neither.
Joey's coming up the driveway.
I don't have a driveway.
The girls actually saw?
Oh, we will once they're actually able to form words.
Yeah, but Alice will spin it when she gets to them.
Yeah, probably the teenage, attention-seeking, overactive imagination from too many horror movies approach.
Meanwhile, the scarecrow's been fed that much more fear, which is only gonna make him want more.
Has Alice looked a little stressed to you lately?
I think she's just a little overworked. Why?
Well,
You know, I'm still finishing up the damage control from the Scarecrow's attack at the tunnel. Keeping those two guys away from the press, driving home the hallucination theory.
Alice, we didn't do this. It was...
Teenagers. Looking for attention because they watch too many horror movies.
horror movies, right? We knew you'd say that.
Horror movies where someone ties someone to the roof of a car with a garden hose and drives it through the front of a house.
You've handled worse. Much worse.
That is true. I've also drank shots all night and bungee jumped naked off of a bridge, and I don't want to do that again either.
You don't?
No. I'm okay. I'm all right. I will deal.
Naked?
Look at this. I left it on. Wow. Well, look at who dropped in the front window.
All right, get this to Jonathan. See if he can enhance the footage.
Well, I thought we could do that tiresome errand together.
I can. I got class.
Oh, how convenient.
I thought so.
Well, don't forget an apple for the teacher.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were torturing me.
No, I'd call it mocking.
And how did you react to your partner mocking you about attending this class?
Well, I ignored her, the way she ignores most of what I say. It's the key to our relationship.
Mr. O'Malley.
Oh, my teachers used to always call me Nick. Actually, it was short for Nick, you've got detention.
And how have you fared using the other techniques we've learned? Any losses of temper?
Well, just an extremely obnoxious gnome.
So yesterday we had a troll and today we have a gnome.
It's been a busy week.
What does everyone else think about what Nick is saying?
Lester.
Can he do that? Can he call on me?
Go ahead, Lester.
Well, I think that Nick...
Mr. O'Malley, please.
I think that Mr. O'Malley...
Nick's good.
I think that Nick has erected a wall between his outer world and his inner emotions, and I don't like it.
Lester, I think you make a good point.
You're only saying that because his head's about to explode.
Mr. O'Malley, I'd like to suggest you might be a more effective police officer if you learn to think before reacting. Deconstruct the situation. Analyze how it might play out. In times of stress, let your head guide you, not your heart. Take a breath and take control of the outcome.
Does that count as one catchy saying or 5?
She came into the cigar club. Well, who squealed? Denny. You know, that figures because he's half rat. Now she knows where I live. I can't go home. Hey, do you mind if I stay with you for a couple of... Hello? Hello? Anybody want to put me up for a few months? Don't flatter yourself.
The latest software can take footage from even the crappiest video camera and really clean it up. Look at that detail.
It's like the big toe is right here in the room with us. Let's go, Jonathan.
Fast forward.
Okay. This is after the power was cut, the neighbor's dog was killed, and someone outside opened a window while they were alone in the house.
It's amazing they even noticed the car.
Okay, everybody's panicking, everybody's running for their lives.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Can you...
Zoom in? Yes, I can. Okay. See those...
markings on his hand?
It looks like a
rune. Yes, it is.
You figure out yet,
What it means? Okay, I cross-referenced an ancient Germanic alphabet with some 3rd century Egyptian symbology.
You don't know, do you?
No. But it looks familiar. I can't figure out why.
And that, Jonathan, is better than nothing. You have an excellent mind. You will remember where you've seen that symbol before.
Yes, sir. I talked to our xenopsychologist. I asked him to put together a profile on the scarecrow based on the little information we've gotten.
But he didn't have enough information to get anywhere.
Actually, he was pretty confident about one particular point. He said, whatever we do, don't let the scarecrow kill. Because once he scares someone to death, he's never gonna settle for anything less.
We know where this thing was last. And barring him stealing another vehicle, let's figure out how much territory he's covered and patrol it. All officers, hit the streets.
The worst thing about fear is that it's contagious. It can spread from 1 or 2 people to 100, 1,000 people.
So in a way, it's like a cold.
No, I'm serious. We're talking potential widespread panic. It's the very thing Special Unit 2 is supposed to avoid to keep the existence of Lynx a secret.
You're underestimating how much I really hate having a cold, and I really am serious.
No, you really aren't serious because you're fooling around because that's your natural response whenever you don't want to deal with something.
Have you been talking to Dr. Moore?
Okay, fine. We're dealing with a creature who gathers strength by playing on basic primal fears. So, what are you afraid of?
Being locked in a hotel room with Heidi Klum and a bottle of chocolate syrup, and the syrup is non-fat.
I rest my case.
So do I.
So you're actually gonna stand there and tell me that you're not afraid of anything?
Look, I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's nothing I can think of. Not heights, not bugs, or the dark, or bad mayonnaise, or even dying. I mean, I don't want to die, but I'm not afraid of it, or I couldn't do what I do.
All right, you know what? Everybody's afraid of something. So if you don't want to tell me because you don't want to face it, I understand.
All right, fine, I'll tell you. It's the bad mayonnaise.
Benson. Yeah, thanks. He was spotted near 3rd and Main.
No, go in the closet!
Excuse me. Police. Imagine what he was feeling right before he died. It's as pure and unadulterated as fear gets.
Now the scarecrow's tasted blood.
Hey, I got some news about the Scarecrow.
Unfortunately, so do we.
I've been apprised. Is it good news or bad news, Jonathan?
Both. The good news is I remember where I saw the rune on the Scarecrow's hand.
And the bad news?
Okay, there's this place called the History Annex. Old building, original brick. It's totally cool. It's run by some obscure bureaucratic city agency. Hardly anybody knows about it.
But you do.
Of course I do. It's filled with antiquities and ancient scrolls and these first-run manuscripts. You know, stuff that's been completely forgotten and that no one cares about and has no value at all. So, Edwin Cass, he's the director of the place. And he gives me this internship there after I've been writing and calling every other day for like 3 years. I mean, wouldn't you?
No.
Anyways, I'm doing this internship there over the summer, and I'm like going through the files, and the rune is prominently featured in one of the summary cases.
Jonathan,
Yes.
what is the bad news?
Edwin Cass is a little difficult.
I wonder what that must be like.
So, well, this is an archive. I mean, there's thousands of files in there, so where do we start?
Colonial Archive, 2nd edition, 72C.
Ah,
Yeah.
72.
Oh, and by the way, don't say I didn't warn you.
About?
You'll see.
People waiting. I have a good feeling about this place. How about you?
I just have a feeling.
I see. You're one of those people the rules don't apply to.
Mr. Cass.
And you're one of those people who interrupts.
Oh, I thought you were through.
Did you? Did you really?
Listen, Mr. Cass, we need the Colonial Archive Secondary Collection, Volume 72C, and we need it now.
Do you have an appointment?
A what?
An appointment. It's a rule. Oh, that's right.
Okay, here's the deal.
Just stay calm.
You give us the archives, or in a very calm and non-angry way, I'm gonna hop the counter and feed your head into a paper shredder.
Nick!
Ah! Open up!
Okay, great. Are you happy?
Happy? Why would I be happy? Not only did he close this thing, but you interrupted me while I was threatening his life.
Well, I thought you were through. Besides, people like that don't respond to anger. You gotta reason with them.
I think you're mistaking a government lifetime civil service worker with a normal human being.
You want the archive or not? Huh? Mr. Cass. We'd like to make an appointment with you, Mr. Cass. Just let me handle this. Let me handle this. Hi.
Yes, how can I help you?
We really do need to see those archives, please.
And as I said before, in order to view any archival material, one must have an appointment. And in order to get an appointment, one must call ahead.
But, there's nobody else here.
It's the rule. Without rules, we have confusion. With confusion comes chaos, and with chaos comes the shutting of my window.
But
Excuse me. Good afternoon, History Annex.
Yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
For when?
Oh, I don't know. How about right now?
I'm sorry, that time is unavailable. Goodbye.
Okay, that's it.
what?
Nothing.
You're grinning.
I'm a happy person.
No, you're not. You're a cynical, perpetually amused at the misfortunes of others, love to blow things up person, but you are not a genuinely happy person. You're just smiling because I descended to your level.
Well, I would have done way more than just stuffed his bell in his mouth, but that was a nice touch.
Look, I am not proud of what I did. I just lost control. Let him get to me.
And here we are with the maps. How about that? Ooh.
What's that?
Just a tremendous historical find. The 5 all-time hottest women by Jonathan. Princess Leia, ouch, in the first Star Wars movie.
That's no surprise.
Number 4, Cameron Diaz. Number 3, the chick who plays Xena. Number 2, Gwen Stefani. And are you ready for this? His all-time hottest babe, Princess Leia in the 3rd Star Wars movie.
Look at this. This is the one. Look at that. Okay. There were multiple incidents of the Scarecrow frightening people along the same lines of what we've seen him doing today. Each time, it was an escalation of the previous. The rune was left at the seams. Then he worked his way up to something big, a huge explosion. He blew up a kerosene depot. Lots of people in the colony died. It was a major disaster.
Until they managed to track him down and bury him.
Okay, so if I'm the Scarecrow, I'm gonna try to repeat something that was really successful.
And since there aren't any kerosene depots anymore, where does that put us?
To the modern day equivalent. Kerosene was a heating source, right? It was the colony's primary source of energy.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I hope not.
Here you go. Have a good day. See ya. You there? Yeah, she dropped them off here. I don't know, maybe she was in a hurry. Okay, bye.
Do it! No! Do it! Go with me!
Evacuate. Any luck in reaching the power plant, Captain?
I made all shut down the reactor, but communications have broken down and no one can tell me what's happening.
Oh, I think we have a pretty good idea, sir.
This plant melts down. Radiation will wipe out everything in 100 miles. You find the plant super. Make sure he's shutting down the reactor. I'll go after the Scarecrow.
No, you can't. It's too strong. I mean, look at this. Look at what he's done to these people.
That's what I'm counting on. Overconfidence.
No, I'm serious. How do you expect to fight this thing when he makes you scared to death about whatever it is you're scared to death
Whatever
about?
he throws at me, whatever he tries, it's harmless if I'm not afraid, and I won't be afraid.
How can you be so sure?
He'll only have one shot with me, and where's he gonna find Carrot Top on such short notice? I'm not afraid of dying, so what's left? And you can't be afraid either, Kate.
I know.
Not even a little bit. No fear.
No fear.
No fear.
Where's the plant supervisor?
Everyone's evacuating. I can't get a straight answer. What the hell's going on?
It doesn't matter. Our only concern's the reactor and keeping the core safe. Whatever's happening outside this room doesn't affect that.
You think this job's worth dying for?
Look, there's only two things we have to worry about. A meltdown or a fire. There's no meltdown. You can see that. If it's a fire, this wing's fireproof. We're safe here.
Everybody down!
We should have heard from someone by now.
Relax. There are a lot of reasons that would explain this.
You think?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna check the corridor.
Core meltdown. 5 minutes.
Are you the supervisor? Sir! Sir, can you... Madison, can you hear me? What should I do? Tell me what to do. Nick, the core's about to melt down. We only have 4 minutes. I'm in the control room right now. The scarecrow must have triggered something.
I'm coming. Watch for the scarecrow. He might come back. Kate? Kate!
Core meltdown in 3 minutes.
Stay with the program, Kate. Scary thinks he can shake some fear into me by killing you, but he's wrong. Which is what you'd expect when you got straw for brains. That's it. He's getting nothing from you now. No fear.
Core meltdown in 1 minute.
Normally I'd think of something clever to say before I kill you, but I'm drawing a blank.
Core meltdown in 30 seconds.
You find one big plug we can pull?
You mean the big shutting off the nuclear reactor plug? I don't think so.
What about him?
No, forget it. He's in shock. Totally unresponsive.
Mr. Madison, I know you're a little freaked out, but we need you back. Just think about this, okay? In times of stress, let your head guide you, not your heart. Take a breath and take control of the outcome. Can you do that? Mr. Madison, can you hear me? Can you do that?
Core meltdown in 10 seconds.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
4, 3, 2, 1. All systems nominal.
Hey, good to see you.
Listen, thanks for, whatever you did, talking me down.
It's all about staying in control of your emotions.
Man, that was close.
You know what you guys need so this doesn't happen again? one big plug that you can pull. Yeah. Feel free to use that as your own idea.
You really couldn't think of anything clever to say before you killed the scarecrow.
Well, the first thing that popped into my mind was, you had me at hello.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's why I didn't say it. But, you know, there was nothing preventing you from jumping in. We're a team.
Yeah, you know what I would have said? I would have said, give my regards to the Wicked Witch.
Oh, yeah, you say that now when the pressure's off.
No, you know, it's the first thing I thought of.
Well, why didn't you say it?
Well, because I didn't want to interrupt you. I mean, killing lynx is no excuse for bad manners. It's rude.
I'll have to remember that.
I thought you were in Guam.
Now, not enough frequent flyer mileage. Besides, Sylvia tracked me down.
So what'd she want?
My former best friend. You believe this? She's shacking up with the guy. She just wanted to rub it in.
Oh, that is so cold.
I know. That's what attracted me to her in the first place.
Where are you going?
I had a bad day, and I'm going on vacation.
Hey, your Guam's nice this time of year.
Really?
Have you ever even been to Guam?
No, but I rented this video. It was set in Guam. It was all about this lovely young girl, and she meets another young girl, and then they...
Want to grab a drink after work?
I can't. I'm meeting Colleen,
Ooh, who's Colleen?
my anger management teacher. Going to an Indian sweat lodge.
You're kidding.
No, we're gonna lay on mats around hot coals, sweat our sins away.
Wow, I never figured you for anything spiritual.
Don't judge me by what I say. Judge me by what I do.
Hey, Nick. I just checked about the sweat lodge. It's true. Everybody's completely naked.
Don't judge me by what I do. Judge me by what I say. And I'm saying that I have no idea what he's talking about.
Well, you know what? No matter what you do or what you say, doesn't change how I feel about you. Besides, after today, I think we both deserve a break in a completely naked sweat lodge.
Well, there's always room for one more.
No thanks. Third wheel and all that. Let me ask you something. You weren't the least bit worried when that scarecrow had a gun to my head?
Not a bit.
Why not?
Because I had complete confidence in your abilities, and I knew you'd find a way out, which you did. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I guess I want you to say that losing me as your partner is the worst thing that could happen to you. No one could replace me. You rely on me as much as I rely on you.
Losing you as my partner would be the worst thing that can happen to me. No one else could replace you, and I rely on you as much as you rely on me.
You gotta mean it.
I do mean it. Hey, Kate.
Yeah?
I'll see you Monday.